woman spoke at an event, and she lost two of her sons. One was signed up for the Celtics, and he overdosed. And she said that we look at the Joneses, and we are like, they have the great life. Nobody has a perfect life. Everybody has stuff going on. But for her, she said, we all have bumps in the road, but when the nightmare hit her family, when she lost her first son for an overdose, and then her second son at a shooting a year later, that's when you know that that nightmare starts. So I just think that you have been amazing by coming and showing up and sharing your story, because it's really important for people to know how it's affected you, you know?
Yeah.
It's important. And it's like, there was a reason why we talked about it when you were like 10 or 12 years old. And I look at it, I'm like, wow, here we are, like 7, 8 years later. And I know you're smart and you're strong and you've learned from it, right?
Of course. Yeah.
What did you learn?
I learned that there's always time to build friendships, even if it doesn't seem hopeful, and that there's time to develop a connection, even though it feels very lonely. You know that?
Sure.
You're not alone, yeah.
Never. And it's difficult when you're growing up and you're young. It's a little harder because it's, you know, you're trying to figure out what's going to work for you, the people that are going to be the best for you. And some of us, we never figure it out until much later in life. I'm still trying to figure it out, Jim. What do you, like, yeah, don't you see that? It's tough.
Yeah.
It's a tough world. It's not easy.
Yeah.
Right?
And then just try to surround yourself with great people like Sarah, you know.
Like Jim and you.
Again, we're live with Smoking Jim and Sarah. Do you have any brothers and sisters?
I'm an only child.
Okay.
I wish I had brothers and sisters.
Okay. It's not too late.
Right, Ed?
Too late.
Again, we're live with Smoking Jim and Sarah, and we got a young lady here that's an honor student and at a great high school, Chartiers Valley, that produced many a great student athletes and students in general, some great people out there.
Exceptional. And I think that it's, you know, it's an important message because we may not realize, as we're older, Jim, you're 12, I'm older, but it's difficult to imagine, because when you think that it's kind of like, oh, you know, they've invested so much money into anti-bullying, and then boom, it hasn't changed. It's just that you can connect on Facebook, you show up at school, they won't even acknowledge you. So it's really shocking, actually. We need to.
And so, what do you think is the best thing that maybe a school can do to help stop bullying? Like, I know you one of the things you were saying is just being kind to one another, but is there a procedure or something that the principal or the schools can do to put a stop to that?
I feel like schools' anti-bullying campaigns have been working a bit, but not to its full extent. I feel if they just continue on that track and just inform people of their digital footprint and how things they say online do affect people in real life, it would help just bolster that idea of kindness to others.
And don't you agree, Sarah? But getting the word out,
Sure.
It's been helping, because it's a lot better than I know when I was coming along in school, and you know, it's a lot better now than it was then.
I think so, and I mean, I think that inclusion's really important, and it's really, I think we tend to, and it's also inclusion for everybody, not just people who may be going through difficult situations. Sometimes the people that look the happiest are not the happiest.
Yeah.
Sometimes someone who comes from a higher socioeconomic platform, even if they are very wealthy, that doesn't mean that they don't deserve to be included. right? Because
Yeah.
everybody has stuff. So inclusion, which I love the term, which I have to say I looked at with Special Olympics, inclusion means everybody. It doesn't mean that, you know, the person who's the smartest shouldn't be included, or the person who's the prettiest shouldn't be included. That means everybody. The person who is making more money but is a good person, but they don't include because they're like, oh, you know, you have the perfect life. Nobody has the perfect life. It's just making sure that everybody's included, you know. And I think the school system, you tell me, outside of Facebook, what they can do to include kids together, to bring them together.
I feel more organizations, even more assemblies, just to include people, more school spirit, I feel, can include people. Like, there's not much that could change, like, the atmosphere of a school that doesn't come from the school itself, and especially, like, the students. I feel like just having people understand would be the best course of action, and the school should do whatever it can through, I feel especially like our school had a mini-thon for helping kids with childhood cancer, and everyone kind of rallied up and helped them because we had our own, you know, students who were going through things.
Right.
So we all just, you know, included everybody, and it was a great event.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Very important. And then I don't want to forget Tree of Life.
Yeah.
What did you do? Tell me.
All right. So after the Tree of Life tragedy, a friend and I, we were communicating online, and sorry.
It's fine.
Yeah, we were communicating online, and had the idea, like, we should, you know, donate money so they could help renovate everything, you know, have just better sense of who they are. And so we made these bands that said "Steel Stronger Than
Beautiful.
Hate"
Yeah.
with little Star David at the front, and we sold about 600 bracelets.
Awesome.
And then made about $1,000 that donated it.
Yeah, that was incredible.
Yeah,
That's right.
it was.
That's great.
Big heart, big heart.
Yes.
You're very compassionate.
Again, we're live with Smoking Jim and Sarah, and as usual, the time goes fast. We only got about 2 minutes left in the program, so any parting words from you two?
No, I'm just grateful, Shantian. And your name means peace. So it's beautiful in Sanskrit. It's a beautiful name, and you have a big heart. And we both are grateful that you came. And
Let me
shared.
let me give a try at her name. Shantian?
Yes.
I did good.
Yeah, you have this soft tone.
Is there anybody you want to thank? Any family or friends or mama with pretty feet?
Oh, Jim.
I don't know how to feel about that one. I'd like to thank both of you so much for allowing me to come on here. Thank you, Miss Sarah, for always being there for me. And
it's
I'd
an
like
honor.
I'd like to thank my mom, who's over there. I guess with the pretty feet.
And with the pretty feet.
Yeah, and just everyone really who brought me to where I am today.
Well, there you go, Jim.
We're going to have to definitely bring you back by popular demand, especially to get an update whenever you figure out what school you're going to go to so that we can follow and trace your career. I just love people that advance academically. As a general studies major, so I never really had to go to any classes in college, so I'm honored to meet somebody that gets a true degree. But
You can always go back.
yeah, I can always go back.
With Shantian.
I can see the inside of the classroom for the first time, right? All right, thanks everybody for tuning in to Live with Smoking Jim and Sarah.